that fight's a really interesting fight because I know like Michael Hunter really believes he could beat you. Like he says, what did he say? He said recently that Filip Hrgovic doesn't throw jabs, and he's always wanted to fight you because I guess like when he was with the Zone, he said that he wouldn't get easy fights, but you would get easy fights.
Actually, he never wanted to fight me. He only wanted to fight me in social media and when he is giving interviews.
Yeah.
But in reality, behind the scene, he never wanted to fight me. Not even before, not even, I don't know what he is waiting with signing the contract. I don't know what he's waiting. He only wanted to fight me
on Instagram and Twitter.
On Instagram and Twitter, yeah. He don't want that fight. That's why this negotiation is so long. I didn't need 1 minute to sign the contract.
Yeah.
And now he's waiting weeks and weeks, and I think he actually don't want that fight because I don't know, is it scared or what, or he not believe in himself that he's gonna beat me. So that's why it takes so long. I signed the contract in 1 minute, and I never talk too much. I just stay in the gym, working hard, and I speak in the ring. I don't like to speak a lot, but the truth is that he don't want that fight.
Yeah. The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is why you guys gotta watch every video that comes out here on True School Sports, from the news videos to the videos where we talk about Canelo and Boo Andrade, to the fight night vlogs, to the interviews with local fighters at local fights. Any interviews I do, you gotta watch them because you just never know when you're getting a vital piece of future boxing news. And you guys may remember about a month ago, I went down to Mundo Boxing Gym. Shout out to Mundo Boxing Gym, Pedro Diaz, and the fine folks over there. And I ran into Filip Hrgovic, El Animo, one of the best heavyweight talents in the world. And he's been linked, as you guys can see right here. This is the actual poster that they made for his fight with Michael Hunter. He was supposed to fight him in an IBF World Title Eliminator. And, as you can see, there's no date, there's no venue, there's no arena, no TV or anything like that announced on the poster. So that's why I never got too excited about it because it wasn't official. I interviewed Hrgovic about a month ago, and he said that Michael Hunter is not interested in fighting with me. He's more interested in fighting on Instagram and Twitter and things like that, And it looks like he was right. It looks like he was right because it's been reported that Michael Hunter has pulled out of his IBF title eliminator. So, I don't know if he's going to watch this video, but in my H Money, Mr. The Zone voice, Michael Hunter, he's ducking Filip Hrgovic. He don't want no smoke of Filip Hrgovic because how the hell could you, as a heavyweight, right? Michael Hunter, you're working your way up the ranks. You're looking to, and really on his end, this looks really, really bad because Hunter has talked a whole bunch of nonsense about how the Zone treated Hrgovic better, how Hrgovic is not that good, he doesn't punch that hard, and when push comes to shove, he doesn't make the fight happen. So let's get into it and let's dissect. So he's pulling out of the IBF title eliminator with Hrgovic, okay? And not only is he pulling out of the title eliminator with Filip Hrgovic, he's pulling out of the eliminator to fight a fighter by the name of Mike Wilson. Now, you guys may be saying Mike Wilson in your Conor McGregor voice. Who the fuck is that guy? Who is Mike Wilson? Well, Mike Wilson. Let's have a quick little synopsis and audit of his box rec. Mike Wilson is a cruiserweight, not a heavyweight, a cruiserweight from Anaheim, California. 21-1, 10 KOs. His last fight, he won the NABA Cruiserweight title. The most recognizable name that we can find on his resume is Denis Lebedev. He lost a UD to him in November of 2018. So this guy's a career cruiserweight. He's not even a hard punching cruiserweight. And it looks like Michael Hunter is going to be fighting this guy on the undercard of Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos in South Florida. So should we see Michael Hunter in South Florida. I'll have some questions to ask him because this is a head scratcher to me. You know, he talked a big game about fighting Filip Hrgovic. He talked a lot about how he wasn't that good, and now when push came to shove, you don't want to fight him. I mean, look, Hunter, not only does he look bad for pulling out of the Eliminator and ducking Filip Hrgovic, but when you consider the fact that with him being the higher ranked opponent, with him being higher ranked in the IBF, he was going to get a higher share of the purse, you know, because the rules state that, you know, the higher ranked contender gets the 60-40 split should it go to a purse bid. Eddie Hearn won the purse bid, and Eddie Hearn put up $606,000 for this fight, you know, and Michael Hunter was going to make $364,000, which is $100,000 more than Filip Hrgovic's $264,000. But this fight isn't even, I mean, that's just icing on the cake. This fight isn't even about. It's not even about money. It's not about any of that. It's the fact that Michael Hunter, and I listened to the interviews real closely, real intently. He complained and he whined and he moaned to DAZN for the better part of a year, talking about, or in interviews about DAZN. He whined for the better part of a year, talking about Hrgovic gets to fight these guys that I didn't get to fight. I asked to fight him on DAZN and they wouldn't give them to me. You know, he gets opportunities that I don't get, which is ridiculous because he had a chance to fight as the co-main event against Alexander Povetkin, and he didn't perform up to the best of his abilities in that fight. I thought he could have did enough to win a decision, but he left a lot to be desired in that fight against Povetkin. That was supposed to be his coming out party to let the world know that, hey, the bounty hunter is one of the top heavyweights out there, and he didn't deliver, and he's got to live with that. Now, not me or not Hrgovic. He has to live with that. So push comes to shove, and Filip Hrgovic was right. Michael Hunter, I got a lot of respect for you. You fought my boy. You fought my boy Steve Gaffard in the amateurs a couple of times, and I believe you beat him. So I know I'm not saying you're not. You're definitely a fantastic fighter because anybody who can beat Steve Gaffard in the amateurs and you know you've done some good things in the pros as well. You're not a bad fighter. This is not to shit on Michael Hunter the fighter, but I have to call into question your actions and your words of the past. You know, you were talking about fighting Filip Hrgovic and how you couldn't get these opportunities on DAZN and you felt he was getting some sort of preferential treatment for whatever reason. And now push came to shove and you had a chance not to just fight him, but should you have beaten him, you would have knocked off an undefeated bronze medalist, stopped his hype train before it got going, and you would have positioned yourself beautifully in the heavyweight division. And now you're not fighting him because you want to fight. I mean, okay, you're going to fight on Triller. Shout out to you. You might wind up getting a lot of fans and money and things. I genuinely hope it goes well for you, Mike, because I don't think you're a bad guy. But come on, man. While you walking away from this fight, you're gonna drop in those IBF rankings, and you're not the kind of fighter that can afford to drop in the rankings. You need to be as high in the rankings as possible because you're not a big name. You don't sell a lot of tickets. I mean, I know you've associated yourself with Jake Paul, but come on, man. I want to see this fight, and there's a lot of heavyweight boxing fans that wanted to see this fight. We wanted to see how good Hrgovic was. We felt like you could show us what he brings to the table and show the world about what you bring to the table as the new and improved Michael Hunter. But you want to walk away from that. So I'm very disappointed in Michael Hunter. He's ducking Filip Hrgovic to fight a guy who's a career cruiserweight, a light punching career cruiserweight, and it's a massive step backwards. I don't care if it's on Triller. I don't care if you think you're going to get more exposure. It's a massive step backward when this fight's on the table. Now, moving further along, if Michael Hunter follows through on his decision to fight cruiserweight Mike Wilson, who's a light punching cruiserweight on Triller, what's going to wind up happening is the IBF is going to go down the list of their rankings, and they're going to offer fighters in order to fight. So a couple of available options for Hrgovic are fighters such as Charles Martin. You got you got Charles Martin, and he already passed. He already passed on the offer, passed on the opportunity when it was first offered. So that's not gonna happen. You know, Alexander Usyk, he's number 3 in the IBF, but he's a mandatory challenger for the WBO, so he's not gonna fight Hrgovic just to fight him and while he's waiting for Joshua. So scratch him out the occasion. You know, you got Joseph Parker, who's coming out of a really tough fight against Derek Chisora And he stated that he'll go and fight Filip Hrgovic. So I think that could be a good fight. You know, Filip Hrgovic fighting a former world champion early in his career, in his 13th professional fight. Why not? That'd be a great fight for him. You know, you got G. Cabiel, who's ranked number 7. But he's committed to a fight with Kevin Johnson June 5th in Germany. So scratch him out the occasion. You got Tony Yoka, who's ranked number 8, and he won the gold medal in the Olympics that Hrgovic also competed in the heavyweight division. And that's not gonna happen, you know, because he has a fight already scheduled. So it looks like right now the only option might be a guy like a Joseph Parker, because he said he's up for it. But either way you slice it, this really has to go back to Michael Hunter. Michael Hunter, you have really dropped the ball in an amazing way. And look, I want to support you, Mike. I'm not bad mouthing you. I like you as a fighter. You're a fellow American like myself. I want to always get behind and always, you know, support the American fighters, but I can't condone this kind of behavior. You know, you talked a lot. You talked a big game when it came to Filip Hrgovic, and you had your chance to get the fight. You were gonna had the chance to beat the guy that you thought was overhyped, that couldn't punch that hard, according to your words. You were gonna make more money doing it, and you're passing on the opportunity while lowering yourself in the rankings just so you could fight on Triller against a light punching cruiserweight. Come on, Mike. Come on, man. You better than that. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. It's disgraceful. It's distasteful. And he's wasted Filip Hrgovic's time. He's wasted his own time, and he's gonna be wasting more of his time when he fights a light punching cruiserweight on Triller. So, you know, I wish him the best, but Michael Hunter has really lost my respect, and I can only hope that things go well for him. But it's how do you reconcile this? How do you reconcile blatantly avoiding a guy that you've been calling out and talking down about and down upon for the last better part of a year? You know, you can't. So it is what it is. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you make of Michael Hunter ducking Filip Hrgovic in the IBF title eliminator? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dane. So until next time, take care, guys.